How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. My name is Joe, and I'll be playing Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries this podcast.
What's up, everybody? I'm Yami Steven, and today I'm going to be playing Master Duel for this podcast.
What's up, everybody? I'm Ultimate Skull 54, and I'm going to be playing Spider-Man 2 for this part of the podcast.
So, how was everybody's 4th of July?
It was alright. I didn't really do nothing. I just played around and did nothing.
Mine was okay. I was at work the whole day, so not like anything special happened.
Yeah, I homemade burgers, hot dogs, and just drank some beer and stayed home.
Nice.
Worked a little bit and stayed home.
Honestly, I was taking care of some doggos, and they were also being annoying.
Say for me, work gave us some hot dogs from McDave's, is I believe the place that they got us from, so that was pretty nice.
What's the place called?
I think it's called McDave's, I think.
I've never heard of that before.
I've never heard of it either, but I don't know what they all sell, but they sell some. They gave us hot dogs for lunch that day, and I gotta say they were pretty good, and I enjoyed them.
Are they in Grove City?
I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked into them.
Huh. So I started playing a new game.
What's that?
It's called The First Descendant. It's a new free-to-play looter shooter
Nice.
that just came out a couple of days ago, and I'm pretty sure you've seen me on it all the time. Like, I'm hella addicted to it right now.
Yeah, I've seen you play it, like a lot of it.
It is for PS5 if you guys ever want to join me.
Definitely.
And it's
I'll
free to
think
play.
about it.
Noted.
Alright, so for the audience, this is our first podcast, so I gave the boys some homework. I forced them to, not force them, but I told them to come up with some research topics for us to talk about this podcast. Who wants to go first?
I thought you were. But I might as well. I can. I have something.
Alright, go ahead.
So definitely, I think I said this a while ago, but what was everyone's first ever like consoles like and video game they played?
If
I
I
can go
remember
first.
correctly, okay.
So I was actually when I first started, my aunt and me were playing on my PS2, but that was my like because I was like 4 years old, and I guess I would call it my first console because I can actually start touching a controller and getting everything used to it. She taught me Grand Theft Auto San Andreas,
Mm-hmm.
and it was her fault that how I got addicted to those kind of weird games.
Steven, what was your first console?
That is a hard one, but I want to say that my first console was either the GameCube, the PS1, or the PS2. I can't exactly remember, but it was one of those.
Does anybody actually remember the very first video game they played?
Yeah, mine was actually, like I said, was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for the PlayStation 2.
So
My first console was it was a tie between the Sega Genesis or the SNES, and I'm pretty sure Mario Kart was my very first game. Either that or it was Final Fight on the 64. Or not the 64, the Genesis.
Yeah, the old stuff like I did. It was pretty I was pretty youngish, but yeah.
nice.
That's what I was started off when I started first playing video games and everything. Then I actually, she let me keep the PlayStation 2, and we just kept it at our place. And when my brothers were like old enough, I had my middle brother, and he I mean, I was one of the like one kid who didn't really want to share at that time, so I know everyone did this. You put the controller off of the console and just let them play. Think they're playing.
Yeah, unplugging it.
Yep.
I think I've done.
think I did that to my younger brother
Yeah.
because I had really bad OCD growing up, so I always wanted to play games because
I just wanted to play
ADHD.
by myself.
Yeah, so I would just plug in the controller and pretend that he was playing.
Yep.
I am not doing very good at Mercenaries at the moment. So, for everybody to know that we are going to animate Columbus this year here in like a couple of weeks. Or
Ye-
2 of us are going.
So I'm sure we'll make more posts about that as the time gets closer. But yeah, we'll definitely be attending this year. So if you guys see us walking around, feel free to stop by and say hello. We won't bite.
I might bite.
I'm not gonna
So
say
I don't-
anything.
I don't know if I told you guys, but I did make a t-shirt.
Say, what does it look like?
No, you did not.
Yes, I did make a t-shirt for the convention.
Nice.
It's going to be white with the logo on the front and my YouTube handle on the back.
That's cool.
So is this
Yep,
like?
I'm going to be wearing the... What's up?
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt here. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, so like, is this handmade or did you have someone make this for you?
I ordered it on Amazon.
Nice.
Yep. So I'm going to wear that, my Resident Evil hat, and some flood shorts.
Sounds like
I
a
had
plan.
my own handle a while ago back in high school with a hoodie, but it had my my YouTube handle on the back and like it was my school color, like my school like hoodie stuff.
Yeah.
That was the best I could do for like getting my YouTube out of there.
So what was everybody's clothes style during high school?
Oh my god, hoodies and freaking jeans the entire time. Possibly some like nice pair of Jordans or whatever I had, or Nike.
Steven, what was yours?
For me, it was during the warmer months. It was cargo shorts and whatever shirt I could pull out with a pair of, and then with Nike tennis shoes. And during the winter months, it was mostly sweatpants.
I was just gonna say, you guys went to school with each other, so you guys should know each other's styles.
Well, to be fair, Joe and I weren't really talking because we didn't know each other up until a certain point. I didn't even know he went to Central.
The
Oh,
only
yeah.
reason why we were aware of each other wasn't it because of one of my exes.
I think so. I'm honestly not sure.
I could be wrong.
Because really, naturally, the only
No,
reason
no. It was because... Actually, I don't remember.
Well, really, the only reason like any of that started happening was because of when we were working together, and then it's like, oh, you went to school and all that, and it's like, oh yeah, I didn't even know you went there, etc., etc.
Well, we've seen each other in high school.
Have we?
I remember seeing you.
It must have never occurred to me.
Like, you were just like one of those people. You were literally an NPC that walked in the background of me.
I could say the exact same thing about you to me, so. I don't know, we all had our own situations and shenanigans going on, so it's not like we were always hyper-focused on who was around us.
Right. Alright, Steven, what topics do you have for us today?
I really don't have many topics because I was kind of struggling to think of a topic, so.
Wah wah.
Well, a lot of people don't know is that me and Steven used to do our own podcast like a long time ago when we all worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, Joe and I did crank out 5 episodes of our podcast as a trial run, and then we kind of just abandoned it.
Well, to be honest, it was on the phone.
No, we did some stuff over the console.
Did we?
Yeah, because I remember playing video games while we were podcasting.
I remember recording on the using DE recorder on the phone.
Well, you may have done the phone, but me, I did the console.
I don't remember. Like, you have so much old footage of us playing together that I generally don't remember.
Hey, the good thing about being able to like live stream a lot of stuff when I was first doing it is if someone doesn't remember something that I did, more than likely it's there. So,
Like, you have footage of us playing Overwatch a long time ago with my old work buddies, and I do not remember us playing Overwatch.
yep, we did that when you guys were trying to get me into Overwatch. I remember I did the one where we were playing Black Ops at one point. And, you know, I've had old streams of us playing the old Chapter 1 Fortnite. So, believe me, there's a lot of stuff there.
Oh god, Chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
That was a long time ago.
It makes me feel old when I think about it.
Chapter 1 was intense. It makes me feel old just saying it.
Yeah, what I just said.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
No, like, the funny thing is, like, Chapter 1 is honestly where I started to get my shit together about, well, towards the end of Chapter 1 is where I started to get my shit together, being better about how I do better with actually helping my teammates instead of just running away like a little so-and-so.
I remember a long time ago, you were notorious for just staying quiet, and we kept yelling at you, like, to say something if you were getting shot at or if there was people, and you just refused to do it.
I was nervous. Like, I don't usually like to depend on people half the time unless they're like a really knit friend group like you two. It's different. But before, it was hard for me to really vocalize that. The only reason I started to get better at it was because I think it was Richard, or I can't remember if it was you. It was someone who kind of called me out on my crap and said I needed to start doing better. And I took that kind of personally, so I made the resolve to want to do better.
God, that was like, what, 3, 4, 5 years ago?
It was some level of time ago, but it was a long time ago.
I remember when we barely could even get Steven cussing and doing other stupid crap.
Yeah, the Steven you're listening to right now is not the same Steven that was a long time ago.
He was a lot more quiet and a lot more censored.
Very. You were sheltered.
You were sheltered.
Look, there was like I couldn't visualize myself like swearing on all this because I felt like doing all that, it was not who I was. So branching out from that made me feel like I was in the wrong for doing that.
Like, go on.
Like it felt like I was a different person if I took that route. Like I didn't feel like it was me if I was swearing and doing this, that, and the other. If that makes any sense.
Here's the thing, when you cuss, it's genuinely funny, but you don't do it to sound like a douchebag.
Well, that's honestly probably the best way to describe is I felt like I was being like an ass or a douchebag if I was cussing and all that, which is why I probably didn't do it a lot.
Yeah.
What was the first cuss word you ever learned?
I can't remember if it was the F word or the S word that Josh got me to say years ago.
Oh yeah, Josh, he was funny.
He really got me. He was the first one who probably really got me into it.
He's the one that got me back into Star Wars, but now Star Wars is in a horrible place right now.
Yeah.
I remember one of my words. And I think I remember telling you guys.
I remember my first word when I was allowed to start cussing.
What?
It was practically the P, like something with the females.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's pretty much because like I was allowed to say whatever, and then like I was 16, so you know.
I remember a long time ago, like when I was little, I had a Spider-Man coloring book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, everyone had those.
Yeah, like the Amazing Spider-Man, like the '90s show that always aired on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, definitely.
Was
I
it
know what you're
Cartoon
talking
Network?
about.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
And
either Cartoon Network or like Disney when it had like Marvel stuff coming through.
it might have been Disney. You might be right.
Yeah.
I just remember coloring Black Cat, and I went to my mom, and I was like, "She has titties," and she went, how the hell did you learn that word?" I don't remember how I learned it. Or I think I said boobies or titties or something like that. I said something really off the wall. She's like, "Where the fuck did you learn that word?" Oh god, the Gyarados here.
Alright, so here, I actually do have a topic that I was saving for a while.
What's up?
Okay, get juicy.
No, it's not juicy here. we have to be
Always juicy.
we have to be sensitive of the people here. We can't be just be doing all that crap. Alright, so think of any of your favorite video game series, or maybe just a single video game that doesn't have multiple spin-offs of it or whatever, but take a moment and think about your favorite series or individual video game, doesn't matter which.
Okay.
Oh god.
Alright, well here, think about it. It's like, out of any series or individual video game that you guys have ever played, what game do you think you could survive the longest as in that game?
Oh shit.
Does difficulty count?
No.
I'd probably have to go with my Spider-Man series, like all the Spider-Man games.
Or would you be a spider though?
Alright, here, how about this? Let's go like protagonist of a series and then just as a random NPC living your daily life, being affected by the events of that game.
Oh god, if you chose GTA, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're screwed on GTA.
So let's go protagonist route. If you had to pick a game to be a protagonist in, what game would it be and why?
You define protagonist.
The hero,
That's the
anti-hero
hero.
of a game. The main character of a game.
Oh, okay. And you could just like live by it or something.
Like, yeah, the events that that hero or main character goes through in the individual game or series that you choose, whatever happens to them, you know, that's what you're stuck as.
Ooh, okay. I don't know how long he was there in it for, but I go for the Infamous character. Forgot his name, but he was really
You know, I've
cool
never
and
played the
everything.
Infamous games.
Dude, that's like
Yeah.
one of my top.
Infamous is just one of those games I missed out on as a kid. It was Infamous and what's the other one? Second Son or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I played Second Son. It was pretty good. That one's just the one where he like has like it's like vapor. He vapors and stuff. He vapors out into smoke powers and shit like that. But I like the first one, the first and second one, not Second Son, but it's Infamous 1 and 2, where he has like all the other powers where you can just have lightning and all the other stuff like that.
Interesting.
I think I would.
Were they-
But then
Were they
I
ever,
was just-
I keep cutting off, I'm sorry.
It's okay. The other thing I was gonna say is that I feel like it'd be better if I was living as him because I would change a lot of how. I mean, there's two different ways you can act on that game. There was either be a bad guy and try to like, cause he was an anti-hero. You can either try to do that, or you can try to like live with how you want to. Like, you can either be good or bad. But yeah,
Was he really a bad guy though?
if you want him to be.
So, like, how did he get his powers in the game?
He got it from a another guy who created the powers and for oh god, he was like a elitist or like one of those like doctors who just like accidentally gave people superpowers or something like that.
You know, a part of me wants to say I would survive in the Resident Evil world, but I know I'd be dead.
Well, I mean to be
Yeah.
fair, if we're going by video game rules here, if you're the main character, you would have technically plot armor. So
Yeah, but they get their ass kicked so much.
yeah, but you still live though.
Listen, you've played Resident Evil 3 all the way through, or remake anyway. Imagine getting your ass beat up and falling all the time as Jill.
Yeah, I mean that would definitely be a pain in the ass. But then I remember that hey, there's medicine around here that I could just rub on myself and I'd be perfectly okay. So
Either medicine or just put that plant on your goddamn body. You'll be all right.
exactly.
Or
I mean,
smoke it.
I mean, granted, you're gonna. I mean, granted, if you're in Jill's case, you're gonna be getting stalked by a big ass, whatever the fuck he is. But still, you'll be fine.
I can't wait for you to play 4 remake.
Yeah, don't worry, it will be happening.
When though?
Well, it was gonna be today, but since stuff has been going on, it might have to be pushed back to next week.
Son of a bitch!
I'm sorry, blame work. I had plans to do it this weekend.
Fair enough. Work
At
first.
least he says he has plan. He had the plan to do it.
I even look at my community post. I was gonna say I was gonna do it today, but stuff came up. Stuff happened.
Dude, speaking of Resident Evil 4, my fucking run in original right now is BS.
Yeah, I saw your post. You've been getting a lot of weird shenanigans happening to you, haven't you?
Yes, and I don't know why.
Hmm.
Dude, okay, hear me out. Okay, so you know how I told you Resident Evil 4 has adaptive difficulty, right?
Right.
Which means like the game goes easier on you if you're doing crap, or it gets harder on you if you're doing good.
Mm-hmm.
I think I maxed out the adaptive difficulty in the first 2 rooms.
Really?
Like, village area. I am now at the end of the castle.
Wow.
And the rooms I have been getting has been bullshit.
So you're just too good, Joe. You've done this game way too many times. The game realizes it has to kick it up a notch with you.
Well, like I said, I was going to start from New Game fresh. Like, no New Game Plus, just regular New Game. And keep in mind, I'm also playing on normal mode. I'm not going to do pro mode.
Right.
So, like, the game feels like I'm playing on professional mode because of how bullcrap my rooms are getting.
Mm-hmm.
You know the room where you get all the Ganados?
Yeah.
Or, not the Ganados, the Novisadors, the bugs?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you look in the live stream, their attack patterns are, like, completely different for, like, no reason.
Hmm.
And I'm almost
Guys,
at the
can I
rail
say
cart
something?
scene. Yes.
Resident Evil, all that shit, gets me nervous as hell. It scares me.
I
Why
mean,
does it scare you?
A few of the, like, you know, Nemesis is one of them. I would also have to say, like, okay, first off, Nemesis is one big old dude, so you know you're gonna get something
Decked.
out of it. You're gonna get decked and messed up if you. I mean, he doesn't die very easy.
I mean, look, every time I'm just gonna make a comment here. Like every time you play Resident Evil 3 and you see Nemesis right there, it's really like a JoJo meme. Like, oh, you're approaching me and all this bullshit. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you're screwed if you mess with Nemesis. And
No,
then all
but-
the other freaking like little creatures, guys. Like, I mean, come on, where the hell did they come from?
I mean, look, I sympathize with Jake because Resident Evil does make me nervous sometimes. And the reason I can say that is because, like, for example, Nemesis, if he comes out of nowhere, or Mr. X, or even just a random jump scare from lickers or zombies that I'm not expecting, kind of makes me think, like, oh crap, you know? So I sympathize
I
with what
won't
he's...
last one goddamn level in that game. I won't last if it was real life.
I would love to watch both of you play Resident Evil 4. Steven, you need to play Remake. Jake, I want to watch you play Original.
Oh god.
That would make for some
Uh,
crazy content.
I'm just gonna say make a prediction here. Like Jake would honestly like rage quit after the first, I don't know, maybe a couple hours.
oh yeah,
couple episodes.
definitely. I mean, if it that sort of thing.
I don't think so because Jake is very stubborn when he wants to be.
Yeah, yeah, but Jake's not very Resident Evil oriented, so
It's
I mean,
it's a very
I played 2 and 3.
still.
yeah, but you never played original though.
Yeah, the original remake. I've seen a few where I can probably get it from, but it looks. I mean, I did do. What was Leon in 2 or one of the others, or am I just?
Leon was
like,
in 2.
you know- Okay, yeah, Leon.
He's in
looks
2,
like
4,
an
6.
easy kind of guy. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I would. If I was Leon, I'd die. I would be dead. I
No,
wouldn't last.
No, here it's like funny thing. It's like would you be Leon in Resident Evil 2 and have to go through all the shenanigans that he has to go to, but realize you get a toxic waifu at the end of it?
No, I don't want a wife. I'd rather just be myself. I'm just gonna be by myself and kill zombies or whatever the fuck those things are and just live my life.
I don't know. If I had to choose a game world to survive in, maybe it would be like an RPG of some sort, to where I can actually control my power level
Mm-hmm.
and just be in areas and grind as I wish, like kind of like Sword Art Online,
Right.
Oh yeah.
without the dying and part.
How about
Honestly.
Skyrim?
Ooh, I would love to survive in Skyrim.
I don't know. I feel like you'd enjoy Elden, or no, not Elden Ring. What's the one? Elder Scrolls. That's it.
Yes.
I think that would be more for you.
Would you
I would,
make your
yep.
would you be your one character that you made that's like overpowered or some stuff?
Brafudo?
I don't know his freaking name.
My orc?
The one. Yeah, sure.
I don't know if I'd be an orc. I would probably be a red guard. Because Swordmaster, why not?
I'd probably become a Deadpool sort of thing. That'd be like
That
a
reminds me.
dwarf.
Have you ever played DC Universe Online?
DC. I almost did play it, and I think the only time I only tried it is when I was like the Joker for it.
Did you make a Joker character?
I don't remember. It was like for the PS4.
They have a PS5 update now, and I was debating on trying it.
It does look cool.
I made a John Wick character.
Nice.
It looks just like him too. He uses dual pistols, and like he does a lot of melee attacks. And I think his sub power is like mechanical, so he uses tools and shit.
That's cool. Oh my goodness. And we're not saying if this wants to be sponsored, it doesn't have to be, but Mountain Dew Baja Blast will live forever.
Imagine being sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think Jake would be full on board with that one.
Oh yeah, I would love to be sponsored by Mountain Dew.
What's your favorite Mountain Dew?
Oh shit.
Throwing the real questions here.
Ah, damn. I mean, I'll always love the original because it's been around since like for the longest time.
Okay, how would you rank your favorite Mountain Dews?
Dude, you know there's like 50 fucking flavors.
Exactly.
You want me to do all 50? That's gonna be the rest of the goddamn thing.
Bet you won't.
I'm not. I'll give you
Well, what are
5.
your-
How about that?
Okay. Okay.
All right. So I probably go with the original number 1 because if you, when you're freaking hot during a hot working day, you want to come home to a nice cold Mountain Dew. Well, there it is. I go with Baja Blast because you cannot go for number 2 Baja Blast. I mean, it's gonna be living in Taco Bell with it. It's so good.
Do you ever have like a pop that every time you drink, you associate it with a certain food?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Every time I drink Dr. Pepper, I always taste Donatos.
Really?
I don't like every time I eat Donatos, I have to drink Dr. Pepper, and it just, it's stuck.
Huh.
Yeah, I do that with my Mountain Dew, and it's like with pizza, or I'll do so with my regular Mountain Dew, I go with pizza. With Baja Taco Bell.
I don't know. I don't know if I like Baja anymore.
We can't
Maybe
be
it just
friends.
depends.
We can't be friends. No, we're not
Okay,
friends
okay.
anymore.
Hear me out. Do you think it tastes better in a bottle or out of the thing?
Can.
You think it tastes better in the can?
Yes.
I
Hands
think it
down,
tastes better in the
because-
bottle.
Nah, dude, the bottle don't stay cold.
I mean, the can
Once you
eventually
lose
gets
that-
warms too.
Not if you excessively drink it like I do.
Well, that's just you though. So
Whoever else don't do it, they're crazy. They keep it like out for the longest time and just forget about it. That's just sad.
Alright,
just
does
me
anybody
saying it,
else have
though.
anything?
well, do you have something else you want to say, or
I'm kind of just vibing at the moment.
I feel like this is gonna be one short podcast then.
It is our first podcast.
No, I'm saying short.
No, that's what I'm saying. It is our first, and it's going to be a short one.
Yeah.
Well, what about something with, I had something, it was in my head. Oh, what about your very first, like, oh god. Does anyone remember what their first video was from YouTube?
Mm,
I know you guys had a whole bunch, but I can tell you mine. When I started, it was back in, 2014, March 12th. And I started doing stuff on my phone because I just put them up and they just go straight to my YouTube channel.
I think when I used to mount up my phone or camera or PSP, whatever I had at the time, I would screen record like Xbox 360 games that I played, and I think it was Legendary.
Yeah.
Like, I would literally just mount it and have it aimed at the TV and play, and of course it looked like ass.
I mean, we gotta start somewhere sometimes.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
I mean, for me, my very first video was Getting Over It. Was the very first video I posted on my channel.
I remember when you said that and you told me that you freaking raged like a motherfucker.
Look, that game, like, let me tell you, I will say is much easier if you're going to do it on PC as opposed to doing it on a phone, because after like 2 episodes, I literally rubbed my fingers like so raw trying to swipe my phone a certain way. And if you listen really closely, and I believe it's the 2nd episode, you could hear me throw my phone on the floor out of rage.
Did you
Yeah,
really?
didn't you?
I
Did you tell me also that you played Granny?
Yes, I did do a couple episodes of Granny. I've actually been thinking about getting back into doing more Granny on my phone because I can do that.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about doing more Granny here recently, but no, I did legitimately throw my phone on the ground. If you listen closely enough, you can hear the phone hitting the floor in that video.
That's awesome.
Well, no, see, I'm stuck on a section where like you gotta climb up these light fixtures to get to the next part, and literally I can't do that with my phone. That or I'm just too uncultured, and I can't get good to do it.
Oh yeah, the phones were freaking hard when you try to play that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of why I still have it on my phone, but I'm not sure if I want to go back to that level of rage or
You
not.
still have it?
Yeah, I paid
Oh
money for
my
that. I paid
God.
money for that. I'm not gonna get rid of it,
True.
even if I don't play it.
Did you? How much was Granny?
No, Granny's free. I was talking about getting over it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought getting over it was free.
Maybe I don't know if
not
it's
at the time it was.
Yeah, at the time I got it was like $5, I think.
Oh gosh. You know, there's another game kind of like that, but it's called Chained Together,
No, I bet that's a pain.
where everybody is like literally what it says, chained together, and you have to go through an obstacle course. So if one person falls, the other person falls too. That looks fun.
All those kind of games really piss me off. I can't. If I actually tried, I probably want to throw my controller somewhere.
To be fair, Jake, you want to throw your controller around a lot of the time, even when you're not playing rage games, so...
No, I'd say more of my games would probably be like MLB right now. It's really pissing me off.
I was gonna say, you're the only one I know that plays sport games.
Yeah, that's because I only play them because there's nothing. When I get bored, I just try something else.
I can't do sport games. I don't do sports. I don't do ficing.
Ficing.
I don't do fighting, and I don't do racing. I am shooters and RPGs all the way.
Yeah, but if you like me, I get bored of it sometimes.
I hear this dude getting closer. Fuck. My ears.
What I really wanted to do was try that Granny remake from Fortnite. Me and Joe were trying yesterday, or was it yesterday?
I thought it was the night before 4th.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was that Wednesday night. Yep.
Did it say it was 3-player or 4-player or whatever?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Huh.
we should definitely give that a try.
I definitely want to try that. And Joe,
Let's do it.
you told me you never freaking played Granny.
I've seen people play Granny. I've never played it.
Oh, dude, that was my game.
What's your favorite horror game? Okay, cheap budget horror game. Like Grandy,
Cheap bud-
Slender, like Grandy
Oh,
and
those
Slender and all
ones?
those. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got this. Well, would you count Outlast or no?
I would count it.
I did like. Okay, so those are probably one of my favorite games to play. I like both of the Outlast and all the Outlast series.
Steven, what's your favorite horror game?
Like, are we talking about a console, or are we talking, like, what are we talking about
Any.
exactly?
Any.
That is a good question, honestly. I honestly can't give you an answer because I haven't played too many horror games.
Ooh. We should get you to start playing horror games.
I know you get a little nervous when you play Dead by Daylight.
I mean, I mean, do I get a little bit nervous? Yes, but
I can't wait to get PlayStation Plus back so we can play DVD again.
Yeah, I want to get that back too because I'd like for us to continue to play like Uno and other board games we used to play. I miss doing that.
I want to play the Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, Jake, what's the D&D killer and survivors for Dead by Daylight?
I don't know. I don't have it yet.
I thought you had the season pass.
If I'm looking at it, I don't know.
Hey, Jake, fix your mic real quick.
I don't know.
I still need to get the rest of the Resident Evil collection.
What other ones are you
I'm
missing?
Well, if you when you get PlayStation Plus, it has Dead by Daylight still all on there.
No, I mean I need to finish getting the Resident Evil packs.
Oh yeah.
Pick a number between 1 through 4.
2.
3.
I'll do this one.
Let's say our options are a little limited here, so.
What's
Choose
1
my
through
map.
4 even for?
Picking my map.
Oh.
Okay, so if you guys had to pick like any video game like you've played throughout your entire life, or maybe like narrow it down to your top 5, what would be your favorite games of all time to play and why?
I've always loved Zelda Wind Waker.
Okay.
That's because it's like I've always played it, and it always gets me like relaxed and stuff when I try it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my Arc the Lad game for PS2.
I could see that.
Yeah, when you play the Zelda game, you just don't want to stop.
I never got into Zelda.
Neither did I.
Joe, you guys are not my friends. I swear to God. You guys are killing me over here.
Like, I played Majora's Mask, but everybody's played Majora's Mask. But I've never
I
played the
actually have
original.
not.
You've never played... Oof.
Nah, that one didn't look that good to me.
You can't say you like Zelda and not play Majora's Mask.
I don't think I had the right console for it.
Do you have a 3DS?
I never did.
So you don't have it.
Wait. I did have a Nintendo DS yeah, I did have those.
Well, do you actively own a 3DS?
Not right now, not on me.
If you ever get a 3DS again, they have Majora's Mask on the 3DS.
Yeah, it'd probably be money though. Am I right?
But
It might be a lot of money though.
not anymore.
If I looked it up right now, I'm guessing it would be pretty crazy.
Depends on the model.
I don't even know where the heck you would buy stuff like that.
DK oldies.
No.
I did for when I had the GameCube and stuff. I bought the first Spider-Man game.
I don't know. I feel like buying games from places might be debatable. It could be okay, but in terms of buying consoles from places, unless you can actively see it, I probably wouldn't do it.
That's
I
always
agree.
been your kind of rule.
Look, I think anyone would go with that rule because unless you can see it and actively ask questions about it, you're literally just leaving it to chance or you're throwing your money out the window.
I agree because I'm salty that I had to get rid of the PS3.
What, your backwards compatible one?
Yeah, I had to get rid of it.
Why, what happened with it?
It didn't work.
That sucks. I thought it worked for a little bit.
It did work for a little bit. My friend took it apart, I can't remember what the stuff was called, but he put in like heating paste and everything because it was overheating. It sounded a lot better, but the issue was it wouldn't load certain PS2 games, and it wouldn't load super powerful PS3 games. Like I couldn't play my Assault Horizon. I couldn't play my Ace Combat games.
Oh,
Damn.
I know Ace Combat games. Those are just with the shooting in the war, like war airplanes.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a friend who still plays those.
I am fucking salty. I had all 3 of them on the PS1 and I couldn't play them.
So I mean, like, do you still have the games, or did you get rid of those too?
I sold them. Speaking of which, I still have those Resident Evil games on the PS2 that I want to give you.
Well, I mean, if you want to, I mean, I'll take them.
Because my brother doesn't want them, and no one else is going to take them, and you're the only one I know that has a working PS2.
This is true.
And I don't want to sell these games.
Collector.
Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with wanting to collect and preserve old things.
There isn't, and I'm surprised did you say you were making that shelf?
No, when I get to a point where I'm able to make my own gaming room, I want to get a shelf to display my consoles, but that's going to be a long time in the future.
I think it'd be awesome.
I think so too.
And if you want to choose out a game you want to play, you just grab and be like, alright, here we go.
You know, it's just be like, my console's right here. It's like, I feel like it's a PS3 or a PS2, or what, maybe I feel like playing some GameCube today. I just pick it up the shelf, plug it in, here we go.
Well, here's the thing. Would you have one for, like, say, your Nintendo shelf, then your PlayStation shelf, and then your Xbox shelf? Or would you just do it all in one?
I think I'd probably do everything all in one to make it easier and to save on space.
Gotcha.
I love those giant setups where everybody has their consoles on one giant shelf, and you just swap out the wires and you're done. I would love to have one of those.
I've seen people do that too, but I was just wondering which one they would do.
I would have my PC set up my actual gaming setup separately, and do the shelf idea with retro.
I could see that.
PS3 and Xbox 360 is now considered retro.
I've heard about that, yeah.
I would say the same.
He said I refuse.
No, I would say they're not retro.
But you don't consider the PS3 and the 360 retro?
No, I don't. They're still like regular consoles to me.
To me, I feel like those two consoles are now over 10 years old now.
Yes.
Over, yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably have to start putting that into retro category at that point.
Wait, are we talking original PlayStation or
I'm just talking about specifically the PS3 and the 360.
Oh, I thought you were talking about PlayStation 1 or something like that, because PlayStation 1 is definitely retro. PlayStation 2 is retro. PlayStation 3, it's right at near the end.
You don't think it's hit retro point yet?
No. I still have friends who actually still own a PS3.
But do they actively play it?
Yes.
What the hell are they playing on?
I've seen them play as a lot of their Crash Bandicoots, Spyros. They play Jak and Daxters. Spyro the Dragons and stuff, yeah.
I miss Jak and Daxter.
Oh yeah. Well, you can play all the remastered ones when you get the PlayStation Plus pack.
Yeah. Did you see that they put Sly Cooper on there?
Yeah, I did. I did not like Sly Cooper.
What?
I was not a big fan of it. I was more Crash Bandicoot kind of guy.
Well, Sly Cooper was definitely for a niche audience.
Yeah. And that's why I was more into, say, all the games, which was, I really did not play Spyro the Dragon either.
I remember playing Spyro, and it was hard as hell.
I know what Spyro was, of course. But mainly, most of my PlayStation old games were Crash Bandicoot. I had the old Space Jam game.
How the hell does Space Jam play?
It was a basketball game, and then like with Looney Tunes, like mini games.
Hmm.
That's the kind of games I was like into a lot. I had Max Payne.
Ooh, Max Payne's very good.
Oh yeah, I finished that. I beat that one on the PlayStation 2 when I was younger. We had well, this was at my uncle's place, and he also had there's a lot of retro stuff. He had the Lord of the Ring games.
What's the Lord of the Rings game that everybody creams over? Is it Return of the King?
I don't remember the names. I never really liked the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, same here.
I'm the only nerd.
I think so.
You're kind of there, but still. Lord of the Rings
Why
does
does-
not. No, Lord of the Rings does not really go for like anything. It's just, I think it's all that walking bullshit I didn't like.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to like I love Lord of the Rings. Don't get me wrong, but like when I was younger, I would always skip the Frodo and Sam scenes and just go straight to the main three.
Yeah.
And I would watch it in a way where I would pretend that I had no idea what their adventure was. Or if I do a Lord of the Rings marathon, I always do Hobbit, Fellowship, Smaug, and then Two Towers. Like, I did it in a way where I would watch Hobbit and then do Lord of the Rings, and then Hobbit and then Lord of the Rings, just to, like, change up the marathon.
When I was playing the games, all I did was go to the I was at the probably like the war scenes and just did all that stuff.
I'm very excited for the new Lord of the Rings movie to come out. It's going to be an anime, or it's either anime or animated. It's called War of the Rohirrim.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely
Cool.
want to go see that in theaters.
I'm more excited about the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out.
Spider-Verse 3?
Yes.
Do we have any more
I
news
have-
on that?
Not that since I've last seen.
Alright, time's almost up. We gotta finish up.
All right.
Yep.
Does anybody have any last minute stuff?
Nah, I got pretty much all my stuff on.
Alright, everybody. That was the end of the first podcast, and we will see you guys next month.
Later,
Love you
everybody.
guys. Keep on watching.